welcome to episode 2 of Austin and Anthony's, as of yet, unnamed podcast. My name is... What?
It's in beta.
Yes, this is a beta form. You guys are in on the ground floor. My name is Austin Flume, and with me is the one and only...
Anthony Gorman.
Anthony Gorman.
We're not trying to sell you the timeshare.
No, not this time. Maybe later. Maybe eventually we'll try to sell you
Ground
floor. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank everyone that listened to the first episode. I had no idea more than 3.5 people were going to listen to the first episode.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I got stopped in a movie theater. First of all, shout out to Ryan Dugan. I went back to my hometown, went to see a movie.
Yeah.
It was Neighbors 2. It was funny.
Really? Okay.
It was good. Wait, okay. I'm going to take a step back.
Most things, too, are kind of like,
yeah, most things, too.
Hit or miss, mainly miss.
Yeah, so, yeah, I want to take a step back. I don't know if I'd say it was a good movie.
Okay, yeah.
But I will say I enjoyed the fact that I was seeing the movie.
Okay.
Yes. It was funny. I got a laugh out of it, turned my brain off. I haven't seen a comedy in a while. It's just like usually dramas or comic book movies nowadays. So
yeah.
It was nice. I liked it. It was one of those things where it was like it was a comedy and the theater was full.
Okay.
And it was full of high school kids.
Okay.
It's just like generally what happens in like the Greendale Rising Sun area.
Okay, yeah.
Like every time, what's his name? He was in like High School Musical.
I'm drawing a blank.
It's like Zac Efron.
Okay.
Every time he would take his shirt off or like do something like that remotely resembled gyrating, there was this one specific girl in the back that was like, "Oh my god."
Would she faint? Would she scream and faint?
I can't confirm whether or not she fainted. She may have. She only perked up every few minutes, so she may have like seen him, been like, "Oh my god," and then passed out.
Was there a guy with a broom waiting to like push her away?
There wasn't a guy with a broom. Actually, you know what? I can't confirm that either. I wasn't in the back. It totally might have been happening. Yeah, it was a good movie. So yes, shout out to Ryan Dugan. I appreciate your feedback. It was good. Hopefully, we can incorporate this into this podcast and future podcasts. I want to give a shout out to my sister Stephanie that wrote a book report on my Facebook page about the podcast. It was just a really long post. That's what she does. It's okay. I appreciated it. It was nice. And everybody else that listened or left comments on my Facebook wall when I asked for comments. It kind of blew me away a little bit. So.
Yeah, I was shocked. I came into it about an hour late, and I couldn't believe the conversations that were already, blooming on there. Not that it was like super crazy, but it was pretty neat.
Yeah, it was neat. And like, I think that's kind of like the main goal with this podcast, at least that I have, is like, we're going to talk about dumb stuff and like talk about God rays and VR and stuff like that.
Things that,
One of the most popular topics from last week's podcast was the God rays. That was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. First thing people say,
it's really hard to describe, but I'm not going to get back into it. But, I mean, now, like, after I listened to it, I was like, God, that is a very specific thing to talk, like, 3 minutes on, or whatever, however long it was.
Yeah, nice to meet you, God rays.
Yeah.
But I
swear they're there, though.
Exactly. And I enjoyed it.
But it's not that bad.
No, it's fine. It's totally cool. But yeah, so got that out of the way. But yeah, kind of the way that I see this thing going is we've got this podcast, right? I like the idea of getting all my friends together from like my different friend groups and kind of putting them together and then like their friends.
Totally agree. Yeah.
You know? So if I can do that with this podcast and like we can do that with this podcast.
Exactly.
And make like a community and like a bond with all these different people, then like that's amazing. If we can accomplish anything like that.
Yeah, back in like high school, college days, I would love to have parties where like people that I work with, people that I went to school with, people that I just grew up with down in Cincinnati, and it would like if it was a big enough party where everybody would come up, it would be just awesome.
Yeah,
and it was awesome.
Yep, 100%. So yeah, you guys, if I make a post, eventually I want to have a Facebook group so you can like post whatever, go there and talk to other people. But that's for now, just like totally. Whenever I post something, if you guys want to start like a chat conversation. I did see Adam Wells bring up a good question, whether or not Nala from The Lion King should be considered a Disney princess. Don't know if I have the data to back that up, whether or not that's the case. Yeah. But I did see someone else comment on it, talking about how it's a relevant discussion to have. So like, just the very, what's the word I'm looking for? Infantile stages of some really good conversation.
Yeah.
That are going to happen in the future. So I'm excited for that happening.
Mm-hmm.
So
did that lion cub have a nightgown? Because don't all princesses need that?
To have a nightgown?
Yeah.
Isn't
that a Disney thing?
Is that a prerequisite?
I'm not sure. We should probably tweet Mr. Disney or whoever.
Mr. Disney. I think.
Wait, I think he's dead and his head's frozen. Or
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I think his head's frozen in a cryogenic thing.
You should definitely tweet at him anyway, just to see.
Someone's got to have a Walt Disney's frozen head on his Twitter handle.
There's an intern somewhere that's curating that Twitter profile.
I almost want to Google that. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Completely do that right now.
Well, my Google history, Walt Disney's frozen head.
Just save search off. Make sure.
Nah, I don't know. My search history, after browsing Reddit for years, good lord. Who knows?
It's polluted. There's no going back now.
It's just so off the wall.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So, Anthony, we haven't been able to talk much lately.
All right, let me get one more shout out to Jamie, Alicia, and Chi-Town. People at work, they mentioned that they listened to it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome. Well, shout out indeed to Jamie, Alicia, and Cheyenne. We appreciated your comments and such.
Yeah.
So, let's get right into it. Let's see here.
Oh, man, you don't want to know what... Yeah.
So, Anthony, the first comment that I kind of want to bring up from the Facebook group that I think would be interesting to discuss, maybe not completely at length, but at least a sampling of it for now, because we touched on it a little bit last week.
Okay.
Is the evolution of Anthony Gorman.
Oh, no.
Where did he start?
Are you talking about evolution of Fro, as Chi-Town suggested?
I think so. Well, I mean, you didn't become Fro until very late in your life.
Oh, the evolution. That's too boring. That's too, well, I mean, depends, but...
You don't think so?
No, I think what she meant was the story of the name Fro.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
what she was meaning by that.
Is that something that you want to go into right now? You want to build up to that?
I mean, there's really nothing to, like, build up to. It's just kind of weird. Everybody thinks it's, like, something to do with, like, hair. It does not.
Oh, okay. Okay. So for the uninitiated...
Well, I mean, it was a request, so I guess I'll just go into it.
Sure. Question 1. Cheyenne King, the evolution of Fro.
So, I mean... So, it was my freshman year in college.
Okay, first of all, let's take a step back. What we mean by this is Anthony's nickname is Fro.
Oh, yeah. So
it is his nickname.
Yeah, my nickname is Fro.
Which
is kind of confusing, because I'm a middle-aged white dude. Or 33-year-old white dude. But, so it basically just came about... I graduated high school, went to college, and everybody started playing Xbox. The original Xbox, the one where the controllers are, the size of, like, Frisbees. And everybody came up with, like, their gamer name. And this was, like, I played games growing up, like, all the way up to, like, 64. I never had a PlayStation 1 or anything like that. And everybody had Xboxes up at school. Everybody came up with their gamer names, and I was in, I think it was art history class.
Sounds thrilling.
Yeah, so it was not too interesting. So I was coming up with different variations of the spelling of Anthony, and trying to make it, so you can't just put in Anthony. Anthony has a triple kill. I'm like, wow, that's boring. So, yeah, and everybody was coming up with their own names, like Death, and Troymo, things like that.
Death? Someone just used Death?
Yeah, his name was Nate, and his tagger name was, or his gamer name was Death.
That's it.
But that's just to give you an example.
Sure.
So I came up with like Anthony Hardaway, like that. His spelling's kind of odd.
It's Anfroni?
Yeah, it's Anthony.
Oh, I think I just always called him Anthony Hardaway.
Did I call him?
I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure it's that.
Okay.
So I always thought that was interesting growing up. Anyways, so I was into Halo 1.
Yeah.
With the giant controllers. And that's what we'd all play. We'd link all the Xboxes up, and it was a big community thing. This was before online gaming for Halo. So this is dating me a little bit. So I came up with, the fourth spelling was Anfroni, which was Anfronie. And that's the one I stuck with. I thought it looked cool. It was kind of a blend of my name and a homage to Afro Man. Oh. If anybody knows who Afro Man is.
And you were an Afro Man fan.
Yeah, he had a one-hit wonder, but to me he had like a 30-hit wonder. But I really liked his music, like not just because I got high. Like theme song that
you liked his B-sides.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so I actually actively searched out his like older albums.
Dang.
And I paid back then pretty penny for like CDs to be shipped to me. Like he could have been selling them himself. I have no idea. I can't even remember where I got them. Anyways, so I was infatuated almost by Afro Man. I listened to his songs all the time.
It's so random.
And so the spelling was Anaphrony, and that was just my name. And we started calling each other by our gamer names, kind of like a gaming community type bonding thing.
Yeah.
So like on the way to class, we just call each other by name.
Sure.
So, kind of like my regular name has a lot of syllables, kind of like Anphrony. I didn't like shorten it down, and people just shortened it down over time. It went to like Anfro for about a year, and then one day up at Ohio State main campus, my roommate Nate called up Fro from downstairs from his room to my room, and I was just like, "Yo!" And it was like so natural, and like I think ever since then, like it just stuck from him. And then I moved across the street with my good friend, roommate, Akil, and he would introduce me to people as Fro. That's what it really kicked off. So then it was just like, well, Akil introduced this guy as Fro. I'm mildly confused, but I'm going to go with it. So I could see that in their face. It happened all the time. Like
totally.
So they'd be like, this is Fro. And I would just get on with my hand like it's no thing. And that's just how it got kicked off. And
dang, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, if we're being real, I don't think I've ever actually heard that story before.
Really?
Yeah, I knew it was like tangentially related to Afro Man, but I had no idea like the gamer tag thing.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
No idea.
Okay. So I kind of like made the long version of it, and then people just shortened it down to Fro, and I just, whatever. I'm with it. I love it. Now, like when I graduated, I was working at Biggs Hypermarket at the time. That doesn't exist anymore. But I would hear the word like throw or something. I would like jerk my head over, like, because most people in Columbus would call me that, but not necessarily Cincinnati. Except for my close friends like Scott, Megan, and Tom.
Sure.
And so it was different, but I enjoyed it. Like, and everybody in Columbus called me that, and some people didn't even know my real name because I would just introduce as Fro, and I would just go with it.
Wow.
And it got to the point after the first year that my parents would bring me up to school for like the school year, like move me back in, and it was so pervasive that I warned my parents. I was like, you might get confused hearing Fro this and Fro that. This is when I finally like told them. I just felt like prepping them for some reason, just so they wouldn't be like, why are they calling you Fro?
Well, they didn't name you that.
No. Anthony Fro Gorman. So I warned them that, and it was different.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But I love it. I don't know.
I haven't really had any nicknames, I don't think.
Well, P-Funk.
Well, okay, you're right. You gave me a nickname.
I know it was like an instant thing.
You just kind of thought of it.
Well, P-Funk is Street for Parliament cigarette. Not that Austin reminds me of an actual P-Funk.
No, yeah.
But there's also the P-Funk and the All-Stars, I think.
I have no idea.
I think it's 70s.
Is it like I mean, just listening to the name, it sounds like it'd be a 70s like funk band or something.
Yeah, no, I mean they were good. So it's definitely good. I don't know where P-Funk came to be for Parliaments. I don't really feel like googling all this history, but
yeah, I have no idea.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess
it just sounds cool. I think it sounds cool. Like when back when I smoked cigarettes, I would get Parliaments every once in a while, and I remember someone telling me like, "Oh, you got P-Funks?" and I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Those are P-Funks." I was like, oh, "Okay, now I know."
And now that's me.
I'm one of the
You're one of the cool guys.
If I ever get in a tough situation, I just pull out my P-Funks.
And then you're instantly initiated.
Yeah. They'd be like, "Oh, damn, he's cool."
Oh my god! Now you know a guy that you call P-Funk, so it's like you're extra cool.
This guy smokes P-Funks. And one day he's gonna give P-Funk his nickname.
I'm sure they thought all of that out.
Yeah, probably not.
It's whatever. Yeah, so I guess that's probably the only. Let's see. Because my last name's Flume. It's a little weird. It's like PF. It's not like FLOOM. Because it's German. It's like PF. LUM, right? So I've gotten...
Yeah, I always feel like putting an E at the end for some reason.
It's because that's what makes sense.
Okay. Okay, grammatic. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, good, because like it should be like if somebody calls my house from like a phone, like an operator or something,
oh, God.
or to tell me that my credit card needs reviewed, it's always Flum, Mr. Flum, right?
Flum? Okay, yeah.
And like other people that I've seen with my same name call themselves Flum, so it's like, was I raised incorrectly? But then I'm like, no, of course not. Those people are all wrong.
No, yeah. Flum's much better.
Yeah, I agree.
And P-Funk's even better than that.
Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate that nickname. Yeah, people shorten my first name like Ost. People could there's a certain small sect of people that call me Ost.
Yeah.
Which I'm cool with. It's not too many people. It's just like some close friends, right?
I guess it's better than 10.
10 would not be good. They would
elongate it to like Ren 1010 or something.
So there was this other Austin in our friend group, Austin Martin. Shout out to Austin Martin, who's like
the car.
Basically.
Okay.
And he's like way into cars, so it's like a perfect fit.
Wow.
But yeah, exactly. But we would hang out in a friend group together a lot.
Okay.
And people would be like Austin, and we'd both look, but they were for some reason never talking to me. They were always talking to the other Austin, who's like way taller than me.
Yeah.
So one of my friends started calling him Tallston. But that leaves only Shortston for me, which I'm not too fond of.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like Tallston and Shortston.
Yeah.
So I guess I've had that nickname too, which is kind of funny, but not something that I'd like put on a flag and put in front of my house.
Yeah, I guess kids back then wouldn't think of P-Funk because it was either an old band or a cigarette.
Yeah, you're the first person. You're the first person.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful that you gave it to me.
Very proud of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I tried to kind of intersect it and like give him a different nickname. Like, oh hey.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You're Tintin now.
That's pretty smart. Yeah.
Nobody called him Tintin.
Yeah,
it was always Tallston. No,
yeah.
he didn't like it. I can
tell he didn't like.
No, he didn't
Tallston
like
even.
No, he was fine with Tallston.
Oh,
that's
right,
funny,
right.
but like Tintin wasn't working out.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, not too much experience with nicknames.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Heater, if he ever would listen to this, probably not. But
no, he's busy.
His favorite part of the Froze story is one of Akil's girlfriend's roommates was throwing a party.
Akil
was my longtime roommate up at school. Well,
gotcha.
For at least 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
Cool.
And I would go home for the summer, and my room would be vacant, whereas the other 3 rooms would be like, full whatever people.
Yeah.
And Akil's girlfriend moved into a house close to ours, and she had a bunch of roommates, and they would come over to the apartment, and one of them was like, whose room is this? And Akil and Amy would be like, oh, it's Fro's room. And so I guess they would say that over the summer, but so I came up my first day back from summer break, and it was like the greatest thing. I unload my bags, and right when I do that, someone tells me, like, Amy and her whole house is having a cake party tonight. What a welcome back. Like, that was so perfect.
Nice.
So, and I think they alluded to, like, one of her roommates is kind of,
really?
asking about, like,
the
missing Fro or whatever. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I mean, it's been over a decade.
It's probably magnified with time, too.
Yeah, well, I've told the story, but hopefully, keeping the same story just keeps it legit. But anyways,
totally.
So I remember thinking like, oh, okay, we'll see what's up. And we went to their house and everything, and she was on the stoop. And
she as in
Amy's roommate that they were telling her about, like, Fro. Oh, that's Fro's room. He'll be up in like September. Blah blah blah. So they were introducing me to her.
Okay.
And I remember this is one of the most, like, how I said earlier, how when, like, I would get introduced as Fro, like, people's faces would go through this, like, weird, like, trying to figure out something and then just, like, give it up.
Yeah.
This was, like, very prominent. She was, like, it was Amy and Akil, and she was on the stoop, and Akil was, like, this is the only person, I don't remember her name, of all people that I've been involved with, she is the only one. Maybe
that's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I mean...
So when you say involved with?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that.
So only only girl.
How the heck? Okay, whatever.
Yeah. So I know I don't.
We
could
either. Pretty easily find her on Facebook, I bet.
Oh Lord.
I bet we could.
She moved away. So anyways, so they said blah 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 her name. I mean, I'm bad with names in general, but like I always remember that figure. I mean,
you can remember.
I always remember the girls that hook up. Why that would be weird if I didn't. But
Sure.
I guess it is weird because I don't.
It's
for her
very weird.
only.
Anyway, continue.
So yeah, so they were like, blah blah. This is Fro, and she like looked at me, like looked down at my feet, then looked back up, like did like the whole thing, and she was like, I thought you were a black person.
Oh my
And I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know what to say. I said
goodness.
something where it was like diffuse the whole thing.
Oh my
I can't remember what I said to the life of me. Like I don't remember her name.
You don't even remember her name.
I remember like doing things with her.
Okay.
I mean, like hanging out and stuff.
Yeah, okay, I was gonna say.
So it was like a total 180 from I guess what she pictured me. Yeah, she said like a big whatever. So she thought I was just like, I don't know where she got that from. You know how you pick up things.
Months of conversations she's been having with her friends about you.
At least 3 months, yeah. So
this didn't come up.
No.
Wow.
Apparently it did not
Did she
because
look
it was like a
disappointed?
shocker. What?
Did she look disappointed?
Initially, so I think I probably just like awkwardly like said something. I don't know. I was probably drinking, so I probably said something more smooth than I normally would have.
Yeah, or you thought
Or
it was smooth at the
something.
time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I probably thought it was cool, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
100%. So, but, so at the end of the night, I ended up making out with her on the side of the house.
Okay.
So it didn't mess up her,
Wow.
So it wasn't 180, but apparently
Dang.
I cruised through it. Is the moral of the story is just cruise on through.
Just cruise on through. When you're in this really specific scenario.
Yes, when someone thinks you're a different ethnicity than you are, and you're at a keg party, just smooth right through it. You'll end up making out with her on the side of the house. That's an Anthony guarantee.
Take his words of advice, kids.
Do not do that.
No, don't do anything like this. In fact, I don't even know how you would set yourself up to be in this position.
It's impossible. All these situations, impossible.
I like that though. I've never been in a situation quite like that before.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your experiences.
Awesome.
I do. I mean, you were talking about like how people would say things in bigs like throw or whatever, and you would turn and look.
Uh-huh.
My like analog to that is people will say awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be like, yes, because I'll think they'll say awesome. They're like, oh no, I said awesome, but it's funny that you.
Because who says awesome slow? Like that is awesome.
Nobody.
It's always like
nothing.
awesome.
Yeah, literally 0 people.
Oh, I did not realize that before. Now
No.
I'm gonna have to say awesome at work a lot.
Please don't. Please don't do that.
Look at this code. It's awesome.
Austin broke his neck again because he like turned to look.
Awesome.
Nope. That's what the kids are doing nowadays.
They're breaking their legs or turning and looking.
No. They like. So my brother. My brother.
By kids,
Noah,
do you mean like 25 or like?
By kids, I mean high schoolers.
Okay.
And by high schoolers, I mean specific high schoolers from this one specific high school in Rising Sun, Indiana.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Their signature thing is they'll come up with something completely ridiculous and run with it for a month and a half.
So like a meme.
Yes, they're a meme school, and that's it. Their number one export is memes, and that's it.
So the Valley Victorian is like the best meme generator.
That's how they're judged. Yeah, the best meme generator. But yeah, so like this situation is like for like one of those month and a half long cycles, they were doing this thing called like I think it's called breaking somebody's neck, where they'd be behind them and be like, yo. So if they were talking to their friend Steve, and they'd be like, yo, Steve, and they'd turn their neck real quick and be like, oh, I broke your neck.
Like Whiplash?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. So they did that for a while.
Yeah.
That was the thing they did. Another thing that like went on past the 1.5 month cycle, which made me want to just cut the head off the person that started this to hopefully like completely stop it. Like if there's vampires, you gotta just slice them up. Slice up the head vampire, and the rest of them will stop doing the garbage.
Yeah.
This thing went on for too long, and that needed to happen.
Oh my God.
So it was called thumping. Okay. Right? It was called thumping. And what it was like one of your friends would come up to you, and like they would hold up 2 fingers, and they would just like thump it on you.
Okay.
Thump you on the chest.
Okay.
Big old thump on the chest, and they'd call it thump. And be like, oh, you got thump. And it had permutations.
Okay.
So like on top of this, like if somebody did something dumb, they'd be like, oh, thump yourself. And then they'd be like, oh, and they'd thump themselves in the chest.
Was it like a cheating way of like actually punching someone but without anybody getting mad?
Probably, but people still got mad, and I still got mad.
I've got an idea, and then since you're out of high school, obviously, we should start doing this with other people, but take a note from your school for the whole Whiplash, what do you call that?
I don't freaking know.
The head turning
break their
thing?
neck.
Yeah,
I
breakneck.
guess.
So
Yeah, sure.
on top of that, you should whisper in one ear their name and then tap them on the shoulder, on the other shoulder, and then they would literally break their neck. So their body would go this way, and the whisper would make their head go that way. And then there'd just be a bunch of paraplegics. That sounds horrible. Never mind. That's a horrible route.
That was really diabolical. Was that
Your
premeditated?
school would make the Guinness Book of World Records for most...
Why'd you say that now that I'm out of high school I can do that?
That's true, yeah.
Why is that even a prerequisite?
That might be assault, now that I think about it. Cancel that.
If
All
anything,
my ideas are horrible to them.
If anything, it just makes you a huge tool. Why would you do that?
You just broke my neck. Why did you do that?
Like somebody calls the cops, like
you.
the cops come and they're like, "We can't arrest you, but like you're a huge tool, dude."
I mean, try putting a defense in court. You know, like all I did was like whisper and tap his shoulder.
The judge is like,
"I don't believe you. You did one of those like Steven Seagal neck things.
Instant neck breaks.
Yeah, instant neck breaks where like barely touches you.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, I'm glad we discussed this now because it's good that you don't actually do this. It's good that you don't carry out this.
Yeah, that would be bad. I would probably be in jail.
Yeah. You would 100% be in jail.
Yeah, I used to watch this guy all the time when I was a kid.
I don't think I've seen any of his movies.
It was pre-internet. Well, right at the cusp of it.
I mean, yeah, it was like right at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was cool until we realized he wasn't. I didn't realize Van Damme was better than Steven Seagal until my 30s.
I mean, really, like, I don't have any background experience to back any of this up.
It's kind of, it's a little obscure, but I recently watched Bloodsport with Van Damme. I was like, oh, he actually knows martial arts.
I've heard of that film.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
I mean, it's not good.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
It does not age well, but he just knows, you can tell. Like, Steven Seagal is just, like, walking around. He's, like, 40 pounds overweight. And he's just, like, barely touching people, and they just fall to the ground. I guess that's what reminded me of it.
Huh. I do know Van Damme has a cooler name.
Yeah, that is true. So, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Steven Seagal, yeah
it's
Van
kind
Damme's
of,
better.
It's not that cool of a name. Like, if he wasn't part of action films, people wouldn't think of him immediately as a cool person.
That's true.
Whereas what's his first name? I'm thinking of Rob Van Dam from the WWE, but that's definitely not him. Charles Van Dam.
I don't know. I thought it was, maybe as a kid I thought his first name was Van and his last name was Dan. But like Steven Seagal, like how can a ninja or a martial artist be named Steven? Not to diss any Stevens out there, but like it doesn't
alienated
like,
all Stevens.
It doesn't. But I apologize. I'm just like burning all sorts of bridges.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
How can I not remember that? I don't know.
I couldn't even remember.
Even his first name. Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude,
He could have any last name. His last name could be Jones.
Yeah, Jean-Claude Jones.
Actually, that's even cooler.
He could his last name, Jones.
He could, if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
He probably wouldn't, because he's not French.
Because he's like, I'm already a badass. Why do I need a Jones?
Yeah. But yeah.
We've thoroughly covered the Seagal.
We sure have. It's probably time to move on. So, next topic. We actually got a write-in since the last show about one of the things that we talked about on the last show.
Okay.
When I say write-in, I mean one of my friends texted me and he was asking me about it earlier. So this is kind of like a follow-up, and it's definitely a point of contention in my brain right now.
Okay.
I don't know which direction to go, and we talked about it briefly earlier.
Okay, yeah.
But it's about that tooth thing.
Okay, yeah.
Right. The debate, do I or do I not spend my life savings on new teeth?
Wait, new teeth? I thought it was
It is just new teeth. I was being hyper.
I mean, you should get all new teeth. It's platinum. That would be pretty cool.
You think I should get a grill?
I mean, you said okay, yeah. Get a credit card. Every advice I'm going to get. And you just say you want the platinum grill, and they'll know what to do. Or your dentist will look at you like you're a crazy person.
Who is they? I was going to say, is this still a dentist?
The dentist and all the assistants that had to come by just to see how crazy you were.
Okay, alright, anyway.
Back to reality.
I don't even remember. Okay, so anyway.
Sorry.
My problem is, right, I got the tooth taken out
a
couple months before I started this new job.
Okay.
Because of that, it's a pre-existing condition, and insurance didn't cover a new tooth implant until 2 years after I started.
Right. And it's one of the back teeth. He doesn't have... Austin's not missing his front tooth.
Thank you again for clarifying.
For the random listeners.
You never know.
There's people on the internet.
You're right. If this permutates out besides our friend group, then yeah.
You never know. Nothing dies on the internet. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. People in jail could be listening to this. Anyway.
Yeah.
Tangents.
That's true.
Now, okay, I went back to the dentist a couple weeks ago now.
Okay.
And they said the hole's too small where the tooth needs to go, and I need to get Invisalign to fix it. So Invisalign's really expensive, and then the implant would be really expensive. So the debate is, do I get a new tooth or not? And I've kind of decided that I am. But
nice.
But
that's good.
I could be swayed either way, and we're talking about that right now. So Michael Fields wrote in. Saying you wrote in like it's completely legit.
Yeah.
But he said, and let me scroll up because this is actually a text.
He mailed a letter with a courier.
Yeah, he mailed a letter. He got a courier. He went to the postal service and got a stamp. And he said, "Hey, I'm at that part of your podcast when you guys were talking about your dental woes. Have you considered just not getting another tooth?"
Which is what I did. Yeah.
Which is what you did. Okay.
Since it's like so far back. Yeah.
Like, is it like how far? Is it like the back tooth or is it like the second from the back? The
second from the back.
That's the same tooth. Like, what side is it?
Okay, my left side.
It's my left side.
No one ever brings it up. Like, if I was talking to someone, well, now that people, okay, so now people are going to be looking, but.
Sure. I mean, how are they going to look? Are you going to fish hook you and just, like, look at
Let me take a look here. Yeah, that looks like a hole. Now, I mean, I don't know. Have you noticed people, like, even noticing it?
Nobody's ever noticed it. Nobody will ever notice it.
I mean, your laugh doesn't make your mouth, like, go, like, super huge where I can see. Usually, because when I laugh, like, that's the only time it would be, but...
Yeah, I'm smiling as wide as I can right now, and, like...
Yeah, I don't really see it.
It's on the very edge, where, like, if my mouth was, like, Steven Tyler-sized, then you could probably see it.
Or Julia Roberts.
Or Julia Roberts. You could probably see the hole.
I think she's a shark, but yeah. She's got some shark genes in her.
How am I supposed to just move on from that?
Sorry. I'm all over the place.
It's, like, right at the cusp of being visible, but it's not.
Yeah, same with mine, yeah.
So it's like, the reason why I'd want it is because, A, I feel like I'd regret it eventually if I didn't, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, what opportunities would I have in life if I got this new tooth, right? And the other thing, and I see you want to rebuttal on that one. I see you want to talk that one out. But the other thing is, getting Invisalign would help, like, the rest of my teeth in general.
Oh, I didn't think of that, yeah.
So I'm kind of like, yeah, like, now that I've never thought about getting Invisalign, like, my teeth aren't, like super horrible.
No, they're really not.
But they're, thanks. But they're not perfect, so, like, getting this might, like, teeth are a big deal, right?
Pretty much.
So I think it'd be cool.
I mean, every time you talk, they're exposed.
Roughly.
So now I'm looking at them right now.
And
now I'm not anymore.
Now I'm self-conscious. Now I'm doing my best to hide them.
I will say they did, so they gave me options, and I chose at that time not to, and I was like, oh, you know, I'll put it on the back burner. How long ago was this? Oh, it was quite a long time ago.
Like, when you say a long time?
I want to say, it's been probably 11 years.
Okay.
It was right up, yeah. Probably like...
So really, like, probably right around the same time that I got my tooth taken out.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize it was that
the same tooth.
What the hell?
Dang, Wait, Anthony.
Are you like me?
Dang, Anthony. There's a reason why we podcast together.
Let's listen to Afro Man, you love it.
That's pretty crazy.
That is very weird.
Like when we realized that's like when we realized that you and Patrick and Patrick and Tyler also from work. Don't all your dads have like the same birthday?
Oh, it's Patrick Tyler night, or is it just Tyler night?
I feel like it was Patrick too, cause
Yeah, February 28th.
Yeah, it's messed up. So we were working, like, I was next to Patrick and Tyler, and they, for some reason, brought up their dad's birthdays, and they were like, holy crap, our dads were born on the same day. I don't even think it was just the same, like, calendar day. I think it was the same literal day.
Oh, yeah, mine is probably not calendar day.
And we walked across the room, and we were like, yo, Anthony, guess what crazy shenanigans just happened?
That's right. That's how it happened, yeah.
Their dad's birthdays are the same. And you were like...
Wait. Yeah, I was like, wait. I had to think, because I was like, I couldn't think of the date. Like, I know my dad's birthday. But, like, the coincidence for 3 of our dads that have the same day was just too much for me to handle.
It is.
Like, I had to, think for a second. I'm like, hold on. Am I dreaming? No, okay, that's good. Someone punch me. No.
And you're all Catholic.
Well, yeah. I was raised Catholic.
Okay, anyway. But yeah, so you're I
didn't have a God-raised moment.
But yeah, so
God was like, look at these rays. Okay, I'm gonna
Catholicism for me. So
they're glorious.
So yeah, that was the moment when we all realized that you were the same person.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's pretty interesting.
So back to the missing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So do I get a new tooth? Do I not get a new tooth?
Well, so the options I got were, do it now or soon, or like wait and then figure out if you want it or not. And I was like, I'll just figure out. I can't remember the thought process I went through because it was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And they did say that if you wait too long, the bone will degrade that the tooth was rooted in.
Crap.
Over time.
Yeah.
So what would happen is they would have to graft something.
A bone graft.
Yeah. So they would have to do that first. Like, say if I want to do it now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. Like, it doesn't feel like it's degraded, but who knows? I don't know how. They could have meant 20 years. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But they did mention that. They said if you wait too long, then the procedure is much longer, much more painful, because they have to put the bone graft in first, let that settle down.
Yeah.
And then they would drill into it to put the fake tooth in.
Shoot.
And I remember thinking, I was like, oh, that does whatever. I know why. It was because I had just graduated and my school loans were like $720 a month, or $30 and $730 a month. I was working at Biggs as like a front end runner, It was a decent job, but it wasn't like paying school loans plus like putting platinum teeth in my grill type situation. So I think I just opted until I figured something, life, whatever. But man, $730 a month for school loans kind of changed a lot of things.
God, yeah, I bet. Yeah. That terrifies me, Anthony.
So, okay, so that was, that was 10 years. For some reason, I keep thinking you got it. So I would just talk to them maybe next time. 10 years might not be, again, because I don't really feel like there's anything missing up there.
So when I got the tooth taken out, I got a bone graft.
Oh, you did?
Yes. Because the dentist was like, it's a good idea to do this now. And,
well, there you go.
And then let it, so I've got the bone graft taken care of.
Okay.
So it's, even if it's degraded, I got that.
Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about that. And by degraded, it probably is like just enough where they don't feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like they put like a piece of ham bone in there or something.
They might.
Yeah, you never know. You start oinking at work, you never know.
All right. All right.
Getting a little absurd.
Getting a little crazy. Yeah, okay. I'll think about it again. I'm going to the dentist. It's, like I said last time, it's Invisalign week, the first week of June, so...
kind of like Shark Week. Is it coincide?
You cannot make that joke again. You cannot make that joke again. I cannot abide.
They should coincide that. The marketing writes itself. But I will, next time I think of that animal... Combination
of words, yep.
I will...
You brought up sharks twice in this episode.
It is twice. Julia Roberts. And, that's... I have sharks.
Are you a shark?
No.
Are you genetically modified shark?
I might be. I like snorkeling a lot. It's kind of like a fin up when I'm swimming around.
You're basically a shark.
Basically, yeah.
Basically. Oh, well. All right, well, I'll talk to my dentist when I go back for Invisalign week and see what my options are.
Well, it sounds like you're in a good spot, though.
What do you mean? Like, if I want to get...
With that graft already.
Okay, yeah. If I wanted to get... I don't know how long Invisalign would last. But at least it's not, like, braces.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was braces, I would definitely give it more of a longer thought.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I would strongly consider it.
Okay, we'll see. I'm ready to put a button in this issue.
Sounds good to me.
Gotta move on. Another topic that was left on the Facebook, the Facebook status that I left, was simply 3 words. Okay. All caps. Even the middle one. Which leads me to believe that it's actually, you do. Okay. It's actually a middle name. Doug the Pug.
Doug the Pug. Yeah.
Doug the Pug. Now, I saw this first and I was like, all right, Maddie. My friend Maddie left it. Maddie Jordan, right? She likes Doug the Pug. I know she likes Doug the Pug. Yeah. I don't follow Doug the Pug. Do I appreciate his work? Yes. He's a funny dog. I like him. I don't follow him. I don't really have any background. But talking to you earlier, you actually looked this kid up. This Doug the Pug kid.
Me?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Well, right. I clicked on the... Oh, wait, yeah, did I Google it?
You clicked on the link at least, you said.
Yeah, I definitely clicked on a link.
Here he is right
Doug
now.
the Pug, like his cover photo, Doug the Pug reeks of pug life. Just like his hat?
It says Pug Life on his hat, yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
He is definitely Tupac incarnate.
Doug the Pug is?
Yes.
Yeah, so looking at his Facebook cover photo, he's a pug with a beanie that says Pug Life on it, of course, and he's surrounded by money and a Solo cup that says Doug on it.
See?
So he's a pretty gangster.
Snoop Dogg needs to take a little trip to visit Doug the Pug and see what's up.
Did you look at any of his other work?
I scrolled down a little bit and
I'm looking at it right now.
That was pretty cool. It looks like there's a book that the
I'm
owner
looking at the
made.
book. Yep.
And I'm assuming because there was that Grumpy Cat that went through this same type of thing. Okay. I feel like.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I gathered was that Doug the Pug is the new Grumpy Cat.
You think? Okay, so he's like.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a Google.
I definitely think it is too. If you don't follow,
especially if you're an animal lover.
He's got an entertaining Instagram.
Oh.
If you're into Instagram, from what I hear, I'm not into Instagram, but like everybody that has one's like, oh, follow Doug the Pug. So, I can.
Grumpy Cat, Doug the Pug. I'm surprised they don't have a Twitter.
If anything, internet celebrities that are.
Doug the Pug and Anderson Cooper battle back and forth for like an hour.
Doug the Pug and Anderson
Cooper.
Over
like Donald Trump. Doug the Pug's just like, you know.
Oh well. Yeah, I appreciate what this dog is doing. Have you ever had a dog, Anthony?
I grew up with outside dogs. I think we kind of talked.
Did we?
Just off air about it.
Okay.
Yeah, my family had golden retrievers and we would breed them. So we would buy, or my mom would buy a stud, and then Molly and Sandy were their names. And
Molly and Sandy was the name of the stud.
I'm sorry. Molly and Sandy were the names of our golden retrievers.
Okay.
And we would, or she would, buy the stud, and then we would have litters, and we would just sell them.
Nice.
And I think one of the litters paid for a trip out west to like Yellowstone.
For your like whole family?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, because if you get like a purebred stud, and you can like show that to people, the price goes up considerably.
Yeah.
Per puppy.
Yeah.
And I believe that time both Molly and Sandy had litters. Kind of like back to back or at the same time, I think. I remember like laying down in the dog pen and just having a sea of puppies just like crawling all over me. And that puppy smell, you know how puppies have that like smell?
Yeah.
It was like just that.
Oh my God.
Puppies like nipping at you all over the place. Like.
So this is kind of I feel like this is another reason why we're the same person but different at the same time. Is because I kind of had the same situation except without dogs. It was like chickens instead.
Oh, chickens, yeah.
Yeah. So there was like a period in my life where I was like way into chickens. It's when I started 4-H because I'm from Rising Sun, Indiana, and 4-H is like a thing.
You should start with that when you're introducing yourself to the ladies.
Like, hey, I'm Austin. I was into chickens for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that's just horrible.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Yeah, get that rid of it. But yeah, I had like the two different kinds of there's chickens that you like raise to eat/sell.
Their meat, yeah.
Yeah, which looking back, I kind of feel bad about that because like you'd feed them like steroid enhanced foods and they'd get all huge and they could hardly lift themselves.
Oh, like super big breasted chickens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Looking back, I'm like, oh my God, that was terrible. But I mean, whatever. Like we gotta eat something. Survival of the fittest, right?
Did they look like they're having a fun time?
I mean, they looked like they were.
Were they screaming?
They weren't.
I don't know what a chicken would sound like screaming, but it does not seem. I'm thinking more like that.
I mean, I guess they were fine. I guess they didn't know any other.
I guess if they weren't screaming.
Is that your standard?
Yeah. If the animal isn't screaming, it's probably all right.
You've got just duct tape on all your animals' mouths. He's not screaming. He's fine.
No, that's cool. So you would sell them to like.
So, like, the way the 4-H fair works is, like...
Okay. Oh, 4-H fair, okay.
Yeah, so you'd raise these chickens, you'd raise these animals, and get them all, like, plump and junk, and then you take them...
Plump and junk?
Like, nickname.
Yeah, that's the name of this podcast now.
Plump and junk. Please no. Please
Ladies and gentlemen, Austin and Anthony, welcome to the Plump and Junk.
I'm killing that right now.
No, yeah.
Killing it right now.
That's, into the
Which one of us would be the plump?
Yeah, I'm not plump anymore.
You're not, but you're plumper than me.
I got junk.
Alright, anyway.
Moving on.
So once these chickens... Once these chickens have been, like, plumped up and stuff, you would take them and individually walk them around this arena, and people...
like strut them?
Strut them. Strut the plump and junk.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you do that, and like different people from businesses around Rising Sun would bid on them.
Wow, like mom and pop businesses?
Mom and pop businesses, you got insurance companies were big.
Like small companies.
Kinda, yeah, smaller. You didn't have anybody representing Walmart at these, right? There'd be like...
Mr. Walmart with his suspenders?
Yeah, Mr. Walmart. Yeah, but you didn't have anything like that. So you do that and then different people would bid on them and you make a lot of money. And, you know, I would make money, especially because I didn't have to pay for the chicken food the whole time. Just basically, my mom was facilitating it. My parents would pay for all the food and stuff, and then I'd get a big paycheck.
Oh, so this was like your kid project.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And yeah, so I'd get all the money
entrepreneurship
and then buy video games.
Nice, hey.
With it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did that, and then the other half of it was raising chickens that were just for show, which were my favorite ones because like they're the pretty ones that you see, like the black shiny ones with like the green sheen on them.
Those you would strut.
Those I was proud of, especially this one chicken, right, named Blackjack.
Blackjack, okay.
Yeah, obviously because of his shade.
Yeah, would you announce it like, and this is Blackjack?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like, what, I mean, yeah, if I was introducing it.
I'm thinking like dog show mixed with like chickens, mixed with like country.
So he probably had his name on a name tag on the cage, but those are the chickens that got judged based on their, like, character, right? I guess. So a judge who was basically just like one of the kids' dads from the 4-H group would walk around and like get in these chicken pens and like take the chickens out, and he would like be like, "Oh, this chicken's got a good demeanor," and
what they asked him, like,
a nice sheen, and he'd like handle them in different ways that made him look like he was like knew what he was talking about. Like, oh, this chicken's got good legs on him, or something.
Look at these chicken legs.
Look at these chicken. Look at these chicken legs right here. He'd do that and be like, all right, good chicken. Or something like that. And he'd put it back in the cage. And Blackjack actually won me Reserve Grand Champion one year.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds pretty lofty.
It's prestigious, Anthony, let me tell you. Reserve Grand Champion is actually second place, so it could have been better. Beat me out by this bigger friggin' chicken.
But it's got the words grand and champion in it.
It's also got the word reserve. Oh. Which is also, if you're talking about things like chickens or basketball
like just in
teams,
case...
it's not the
I see what you're saying.
It's the second best.
I was thinking like just like military style, like just in case the
Army reserves
chicken
you're right
died, then he would be like #1 chicken.
Okay, so you're saying I should have assassinated the other chicken?
Oh my god, no. I mean, you could whisper that in the chicken's ear, Blackjack. Be like, Blackjack, if you peck that other chicken, you will be the Grand Supreme Master or whatever.
Grand Champion.
Grand Champion.
Grand Supreme Master
of Infinity.
Okay. You've obviously done that 4-H once.
Yeah, I do. I've been to a 4... Or what was it?
4-H?
Yeah, 4-H. I was trying to say Foursquare for some reason.
I mean, you're from a smaller town too, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I think this one was in Lebanon. So
okay.
It was different. Yeah, I saw like sheep and stuff. But that's cool. So I did not know that about you.
Yeah. So yeah. So other things about this chicken, right?
Yeah.
He was my favorite chicken, not only because he was an award-winning chicken, right?
Yeah.
Not only because of that, but also because like he was basically a dog, like in demeanor.
Oh, so he would like follow you around and stuff?
Yeah. I would come home and like be like, "Hey, Blackjack," and Blackjack would come up to me and like just stand next to me, and I would pet him. And then I would go sit on the porch swing, and he would jump up on the porch swing next to me. Yeah. And it wasn't just me; it was like everybody, like my entire family. So like somebody would go outside and like sit on the porch, and Blackjack would come up, jump on the porch swing next to him, and they'd pet him.
Oh my god! Wow, yeah, because chickens, like in my mind, seem like you try to touch them, they start like scooting around. Like, get away from me.
Yeah, I mean most chickens.
Yeah.
But not this one though. This
I mean, would he like try to take over the remote and try to change the channels, or how close were you guys?
He wasn't that assertive.
Oh, okay.
He was respectful.
A respectful champion chicken.
Just like a dog. Just like a dog.
So whatever happened to Blackjack?
It's very sad.
Did you cut his head off?
Anthony!
Oh my! I mean, like,
what? Why would I do that?
Well, did you eat them? I mean, no. You said it. What happens to chickens? Did you put them to pasture? I don't know. Like, did you just like drive to a field and you're like, Blackjack, go, and he like tried to follow you back to the car and you're like, no.
Leave.
And
why would
all,
I no?
Strutting around like, I am too good for this guy.
No, I just now
you have to tell me. And
I'm going to tell you and everybody, meaning like the 10 people. That
you could make it more suspenseful, just like keep leading up to
It's really not that crazy. Like I came home one day and like he was just gone.
Like he was a ghost or he was dead?
I mean, aren't those the same thing?
What? Did you see his ghost or what did you?
No, I didn't see his ghost. So I came home.
Sorry, I'm making light of your horrible child.
You're right. You are. You're being really insistent right now.
So, okay, I'm sorry.
So let's put some background on this. I was in probably like 7th grade at the time, 6th or 7th grade.
Okay.
I was still a kid, and if you remember from last episode, I was kind of a more sensitive child, right?
Right.
And I was really emotionally attached to this chicken.
I can see.
Saying it right now
Uh-huh.
kind of sounds a little silly, but
No, I get it. Yeah, I mean, when you're a kid, chickens sound like a special chicken.
It totally was.
I'm not trying to be jerk.
No, it totally was. So I came home one day, and my mom's like, "Austin, Blackjack's gone." And I was like,
oh, no.
Okay. It's the end of an era.
It's the end of an era.
It's the end. He was my first chicken, and there were no chickens like him after that.
I can only imagine that.
He was just gone. So I don't know exactly what happened to Blackjack. I guess like his time at my house was over. He may have gotten eaten. Is the thing.
That I was gonna say. Did you guys have chicken breast?
We did not.
Was your mom like, Blackjack's gone? Here's some cordon bleu.
No.
Like, oh my god.
No.
Okay, good. That's good. I mean,
exactly.
So like you said, like I kind of grew up in the outskirts. So like when our dogs would die, we would just bury them in the yard.
And we did the same thing.
Okay. That's what I was kind of like getting to without the jokes.
And that's really like when you say bury them in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
These chickens were like tied to so many traumatic experiences in my life.
Yeah.
Because like we're like, all right, Blackjack's gone. Let's persevere. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Got a new batch of chickens, right? Got a bunch of them.
Uh-huh.
Moved on. We're experienced now. We've got a championship under our belt.
Yeah. I mean,
we're going into the second year of 4-H like champions, reserve champions.
Yeah, people are going to be like whispering your names. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of chickens, and one day I just came home from school, and we kept them in this like baby pen. What do you call those? Like you keep a baby in them. It's not a
so they don't run around. Yeah.
What's it called? It's like a playpen.
Yeah.
Or something.
That makes Yeah.
So we had one of these, and the chickens were in them.
Mm-hmm.
Chickens were in the yard in this playpen. I come home one day. There is a dog next to the playpen, and there's a hole in it.
Oh, no.
And it's a graphic scene, okay?
Is this your dog or a neighbor dog?
Neighbor dog.
Neighbor's dog.
And half my chickens got et.
Do you think, did he eat him or he just killed him?
I don't know. I think he just killed him.
Some dogs are just evil like that.
Just tools.
I wouldn't say evil, it's in the nature, but...
Yeah. So that was the second scenario. I was freaking devastated.
Yeah.
And then...
Wow, yeah, that's... Man, okay.
Believe it or not, there's a third one. And this is kind of the one that, like, made me stop having chickens, because it's like, okay, we obviously can't get these things without them dying.
How many traumatic experiences, yeah.
I think this is the last one.
Oh, no.
But one day I came home, and we had one of those cages that, like, you lift up the thing, and it pushes it, like, the gate door pushes in from the outside, and you put the chicken in, and you pull it back and latch it. The chickens were in one of those. One day I came home.
I see this. Yeah.
2 of those fat chickens that you raised to sell were in the pen, along with a raccoon.
Oh my god.
One of the fat chickens was dead in the corner. The other one was having a heart attack in the other corner.
Wigging out, yeah.
Because this raccoon just killed his friend.
Yeah, like...
And
then was the raccoon, like, trying to be, like, the new chicken, or, like, what?
I don't know, man.
Was he, like...
I was too appalled. So I was like... Well, okay, freaking now I'm in this situation. I can't just... How do I handle it? Because, like, if I let the raccoon out, is it going to eat my face? So I have to just kind of stare at it for a minute.
I think they like to at least scratch the face, yeah. I mean, they do, like, a full, like, body mess on you.
Full body mess.
Yeah, they just, like, fly at you with, like, demonic speed.
That's what I thought was
That's never happened to me, but that's what I would imagine.
That's what I assumed would happen, too.
So what do you do, like...
I was like, Dad, you're going to need to look at this situation.
Oh my! And he wasn't going for the other chicken.
Nah, dude, he just got in there.
He just
messed the one up.
Really?
The other one was freaking out. ended up passing away like a week later because its heart just couldn't take it. Yes.
From sheer trauma.
I mean, imagine if that happened to you. If you were in a cage with your friend and a giant bear.
Yeah.
Opened it up. I'm not even gonna finish this. This is just dramatic.
Yeah, because
So we chased the raccoon off. We didn't kill it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Really?
Did I want?
I mean, if you do kill it, I mean, there's just gonna be like 20 more. So.
Yeah. So I really didn't expect to get down that tangent of like that really deep cut chicken story.
I think this might be my favorite chicken story.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you have
lots of tangents?
Do you have other chicken stories?
No, I mean, I've heard about them on other podcasts, but,
Okay.
Just passively listening.
All right. So these are your favorite ones by default?
The favorite one, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I would call it one story.
Okay, all right. I'll take that. Well, thank you, Anthony.
Blackjack. Well, I guess it was just, yeah. Well, Blackjack, the story.
But yep.
You should,
Okay.
You should expand on that.
And like the other chickens are kind of like the sequels that they tried.
It was a good lead up. You explained how you raise chickens and all that, and then there was this one special chicken.
Yep.
That just so happened to become a ghost. And no, just kidding.
He might still be alive, Anthony.
I don't know.
I never saw a body.
Chicken.
I never saw a body.
So you don't know that he's. Yeah, no,
Blackjack.
Definitely.
Nope.
I can't even sugarcoat that.
He's dead, dude.
He's dead.
But yeah, when you said we were talking about dogs, like how you had to bury like bunch dog, my dad was like, "I'm sick of burying chickens," and I was like, because he was like,
"Did you guys have a wood chipper?
It made him sad.
That would be easier."
No.
I'm just kidding.
It made him sad too.
That would make life.
Because these were like our pets.
Yeah. Joe Rogan. I try not to bring up Joe Rogan, and I will not bring him up again this podcast.
We know you love Joe Rogan.
But he has his own chickens, and he said the exact same thing that you said. He said for him and his family, like, they eat the eggs, and then every once in a while they'll eat it. And he says because guests will come on and say, like, what, do you, like, just keep them in a cage out back? And he's like, no, I let them out and, like, graze around his yard.
Yep.
And he says they're like the family pets.
Yes.
So, like, you saying that, I'm like, oh, that's totally
true.
I can see that, yeah.
Yep.
Not that you would, like, make it up. I'm just saying, like, it's,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Completely. And, like, I see chickens in other people's yards, and they get a little close to the road, and I just slow down to make sure, like,
because they won't.
I know what those chickens might mean to these people.
That's good. That's good.
So I'm making sure
that
I don't cause any traumatic accidents like I had to go through.
That's true. I can only imagine. Yeah, now I'm going to be thinking that, now that you've told me that story. I am better because of that story.
Well, I'm glad I could affect you.
And I will drive slightly slower in the country where there's chickens afoot.
I'm glad I could affect you in that kind of way, Anthony. I'm glad. And hopefully I affected the listeners as well. Yeah, chickens are people too.
Next time you
Team chicken.
Chomp down onto that Chick-fil-A,
having said that,
sandwich, you'll think of Blackjack and his trials and tribulations in life.
Having said that,
yeah.
I just got a chicken taco from Chipotle an hour and a half ago.
And I ate a chicken burrito.
So there's that. Anyway, that puts a cap on our chicken stories today.
Yeah,
and I think that might be. I mean, you want to bring up anything before we wrap up, Anthony?
I don't really. I mean, was that an hour already?
That was an hour.
Sound like that's amazing.
Isn't it? It goes fast.
That's awesome.
It goes fast, but yeah. I mean, do you want to do any more shout-outs? You want to do any ideas you have? You want to throw out?
No, I mean, do we want to see if people have suggestions for the podcast title? Not that
I think that's a good idea.
We're still trying to figure it out. We're still in beta. What do you say, 10 episodes before we actually put it on our RSS feed?
Yeah, kind of. That's the idea. So we're doing 10 of these episodes, kind of getting a feel for it, and then on the 11th episode, a hard reboot with a title and Facebook page, Facebook group, all this RSS feed and all that kind of stuff. So. I mean, yeah, if anybody has any ideas for a title, we're not exactly sure what this is going to become. In the first podcast, we talked about VR for 27 minutes, and we didn't talk about tech at all.
Our bread, we didn't, well, yeah, that's true, because, how I was saying earlier, our bread and butter is, tech, because we can always talk about that, but that could be, kind of dry for people that...
Yeah.
But, I still wouldn't mind talking about tech, but I definitely, like you said, don't want to, make it a tech thing plus whatever. It's just whatever.
Yeah, okay.
We'll figure it out. We'll beta.
Yeah, totally.
Working title.
What I call it the first time? Cool Times with Austin and Anthony.
Cool Times. I mean, that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill that.
It reminds me kind of like P-Funk and All Stars or whatever.
Cool Times with P-Funk and Fro.
Yeah, it sounds like we're starting a
70s jazz fusion band. Oh well. Yeah, if you have any ideas for ideas... Did I say ideas for ideas? If you have any ideas for the name of the show, you can just put them on my Facebook page. There should be a Facebook page for the actual podcast soon, but yeah, just put them on my Facebook page, and if they're cool, we'll take them. We'll use them.
I'll repost your Facebook thing, whatever.
Fantastic.
And whoever listens from that, same thing.
That's all we can do. Awesome. Yeah. Well, this is Austin Flume and Anthony Gorman, and we are out.
I mean, I guess the test
right in your face. Yeah.
Flesh out any issues.
Exactly. And so with enveloping and all the post work that I'm hopefully going to be doing after this.
Enveloping.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
We should be able to take out all of the problems. So like if there's a spike or anything, or if like this waveform becomes ridiculous or really tiny, very tiny, then we can bring it back up or bring it down if we need to.
Oh, that sounds good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. On like the fly.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty good set of levels right now because it doesn't look like it's spiking, but at the same time it's filling up the whole waveform.
Oh my god. It's a good peak.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Oh my god, your house is on fire.
No!
Test. This is That's what I normally test.
All right, and do you have any cool jokes you wanted? I want to laugh real quick to see if like.
Oh, on the fly, nothing ever happens on the fly, or else I'd be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, that's why you're just doing podcasts in a basement. So what do we sound like? Okay, so this is how we sound like through the headphones. I think this sounds pretty good. Like really, the stuff coming through the audio interface isn't really any indication of how it's going to sound.
Like on the recording?
On the recording? You seem kind of... Okay.
Is it a little low?
You seem a little bit low to me.
Yeah. I think it's because I just talk low. But I have outbursts. That's the only problem. See right there. So I get confused. I get just outbursts. So but your laugh is like a machine gun. And I'm like the
You got the bass. I got the treble covered. But yeah. Who knows? Yeah, okay. Alright. I might do half the thing with the headphones on and half with them off. Just
the only thing that was good with the headphones last time was it alerted me when I wasn't close to the mic.
True.
That's the only thing. Like,
True.
I remember going like this and then being like, oh, shoot, I gotta be right here.
True. Alright, let me test this out real quick.
Because I don't mind them.